Because everyone knows it's a freaking back exercise. Can deadlifting be a glutes and hamstring exercise as well? Of course, but that's the beauty of the deadlift. It's a total freaking full body exercise. But one of the things that hammers the hardest is indeed the lats, the traps, the erectors. My 2 cents, powerful, strong, thick, functional back that you're not going to get through doing whatever S tier exercises. I can promise you that.
Hello. Before we get into it, I'd love to know down in the comment section below if you include deadlifts on your back day or your leg day. Obviously, I choose back day. Anyway, this is a little follow-up to our previous deadlift video where I'm going to show a bit more of how I incorporate this great exercise for hypertrophy and performance. Some important notes up front is that you should always try to control the eccentric or the lowering portion of the movement if you really want to maximize hypertrophy and strength developments. It's also worth noting that I am supersetting these deadlifts with incline dumbbell bench press, as this is a part of my chest and back workout. For my approach, I'd argue that there is a good amount of volume and intensity, so not for the faint of heart, especially once the deficits come in. So I do several warm-up sets that pyramid up to a top set. I'll plug in the numbers so you can see how I progress on the working sets. The amount of reps don't matter very much for the warm-ups as long as I'm not tiring myself out too much. I use the deficit handles for each warm-up set and don't use straps or a belt until I get to that last warm-up set. I put straps on at this point because this final warm-up is a bit closer to my top set weight-wise. I like to condition the movement without equipment on the warm-up sets, but think that there is great value in using straps and a belt once I'm trying to maximize the lift on the top set and descending sets. For the top set, I put on the belt and I raise the handles. I'm trying to load the movement as much as possible for the most amount of reps on all of the sets, but the top set is the only one that I raise the handles for maximum load. When I pyramid back down, I switch back to the deficit handles, but I also add a 7-inch deficit under my feet. As a part of this, I reduce the weight a bit, but I continue to try to rack up the reps, matching or beating the previous week. The weighted stretch on the deficits in particular is tremendous and covers basically the entire back. It not only helps to have a strong deadlift for the deficit deadlifts, but likely also a strong Jefferson curl. But all of this should be done safely and progressively. And none of this is to say that deadlifts are a must for a big back, but they certainly can make your back bigger, as well as stronger and more capable in all aspects of life, whether daily tasks or athletics. And you don't need to use a hex bar, but I rotate my deadlifts and I'm currently maximizing my favorite version, which happens to be the hex bar. And what's nice about this particular bar is that it's still very much a deadlift, but it distributes the weight a bit different. And though you do reduce the range of motion a bit by using the high handles, you can load this version of the deadlift more than any other deadlift. So if you love deadlifts, give this approach a try. Train safe, train smart, and thanks for watching.